Hey, what's up guys? So I'm kind of in a more of a like, I don't know, set filming type of mood. And I don't know, I feel like I look really clapped when I just vlog and I just look so bad. And I wanted to come to you guys looking a little more put together because I want to share something with you guys. As you guys may know or might be wondering, yes, I did undergo chemo and I did have some radiation, and I only had like 5 little doses of this chemotherapy medication called Campath. And like it was a syringe that like maybe what was inside was like this much, and the syringe was like smaller than my pinky. But that medication is strong. Like, Lord have mercy. Like my edges are snatched. Like that medication took my edges from the root and was like poof. And now I'm bald-headed, ladies. Like I know you guys are looking like, but she got bundles on her hair. Nah. It's an illusion. Okay, I'll kind of like talk you guys through what's been going on. Basically, what had happened was I had cornrows in, as most of you have seen in the last like 2 vlogs and in the beginning video. But then they were getting really old and nappy. I say as a result from just laying around in bed all the time and rolling around and just being in that really uncomfortable state. So yeah, and like when I had the cornrows in, like everything was all good until like, I don't know, I think when I came back into the hospital when I got when I was diagnosed having the CMV virus, I started to notice like my edges were looking nappy and thin. Like there were space up type of things in between each cornrow, and that's not how it normally is. It's just supposed to be like undergrowth on undergrowth, but my undergrowth is not popping. And so took the cornrows out, and let me just say, actually that day was a little devastating, but it wasn't as bad as what was to come. I took the cornrows out and I was combing it with a Y2 comb, like, and my hair was just coming out, man. Like I would pull the brush and my hair would follow, but like I still had like, my hair was pretty long. Like I had like, my hair was probably like this length. Like it was growing and looking popping, but it's no longer. It was really thin, but there was still hair, but like my edges was bald. Like I had been snatched. And so at first I was just kind of putting it up in a ponytail, a thin little ponytail. I used to rock this little pineapple do when my hair was like thick, and it looked cute after I took my braids out or my weave out or whatever. But this was not popping. Like I just looked sick, and I had to wear a headband, and it still looks sick because even through the headband, some places you could see that it was bald on top of the headband, bald underneath the headband. It was not cute. I hadn't washed the hair, so the next day me and my mom were like, okay, let's wash his hair. So I make sure I comb it. I could comb it with like, you know, like a rat tail comb. Yeah, I could comb through the hair with the rat tail comb, and hair was still falling out, but it was no big deal. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna wash it and it'll be good. Put your shampoo, wash. And then normally I like to deep condition, so I'll dry my hair, comb it out, put the conditioner, mat it back into like 4 sections, and then go rinse out the conditioner in sections to prevent tangling. But as I'm in the shower, I am realizing that like I'm touching my head and I'm like, what in God's name is going on? Like I start like panicking because it literally felt like I had like 2 dreads on my head. Like just my whole, like there wasn't anything dangling. It was all just a dreaded knotted mess up on my head. I was like, Jesus is Lord. Like, oh my goodness. So I was like, okay, it's all good. I can comb this out, So I get out of the shower, I dry my hair a little bit, like so I'm not dripping everywhere, and I start trying to comb it out. Bruh, the combs are not making it through. Like, the combs are not making it through, y'all. Jesus. It's like, I feel traumatized, man. So I was like, okay, combs are making it through. That's okay. Like, we'll just put some detangler in it. Put some detangler. comb isn't going through. It's just a bunch of naps, 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 naps. And at this point, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, my hair. Like, what is going on? Because I'm thinking, what's next? Snip, 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 nigga. Like,
it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
That was what was gonna happen. So my mom got the scissors and we basically just took the dreads on my head and would cut from underneath where it was knotted. And you would think, oh, it's like knotted, like let's say this is my hair. It is, I paid for it. You would think like it was tied and matted right here. No, it was knotted like by the root. So my mom basically would take it, snip, 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 and I was just looking like Bobrisky. Like, I just didn't look good. Like, so it was actually like, I'm laughing about it now, but it was traumatizing. Like, I was crying, my mom was crying, because like my hair was my baby. It was like my pride. I was a lioness. Like, I was actually proud. Like, I had like really thick, healthy, full hair. It was black. It was just like it was really nice. Like, I was never ashamed to not have a weave in. I could always do pretty leave outs. Like with this hair, I could do a nice leave out, it would blend neatly, and it was always growing. So I was really like, I loved my hair. I remember my mom cut her hair. I was like, oh my God, Mommy, why would you do it? Because she had long hair too. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Now you look like a boy. Why would you do that? You look like daddy. You look like oh, everything. Never would I ever, like, in my life, like before this experience, this transplant, would I have thought I would put scissors to my head, let alone a clipper. But that's coming up, y'all. I was crying. It was just dramatic, man. When we finished, it was long up in the front, short up in the back, no hairline, like a freaking widow's peak. But like, that's not my natural hairline. It was because all this hair had gone, snatched, poof, into the air, like your dreams. Oh Lord. Ugh. And so I was looking a hot mess, but I was like, you know what, it can grow from here, it can grow from here. So we were like, okay, we're just gonna leave it like that. Back, hold up, I still have the hair that we chopped off, and and it has been like weeks. Like, it has been probably like 2 weeks or so, or even like 3. Like, it's been a hot minute since I chopped off my hair, but I still have it because I wanted to save it when I was like in the right state of mind and like not depressed about this, to come and show y'all. So I'll be back. I'm gonna do a zoom up later, but I'll just show you from here for now. Okay, y'all, look at my hair. Jesus, this is so traumatizing. I haven't opened this bag since we cut it. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Now, like, we cut it from here. This is underneath the dread. Now let me try and pull it apart just so I can show y'all what was going on my head. I'm pulling with strength. I am using God's strength to pull this apart. It's still together. And I just want to show you that I ain't playing tricks. So yeah, it's like shedding on me. That's gross. So after that, I think we left it for about like a week, and I would like wash the hair, comb the hair. I would comb it every day because I still had like a good amount of hair on my head, but I had to comb it every day so it wouldn't get more nappy and stuff like that, because I was basically team natural now with a little bit of like relaxed pieces still, because I'm team relaxer. I did have like fresh undergrowth that had been affected by the chemo, and let me tell you, it was feeling soft. Like, I have nigga naps. Like, y'all saw it in the my hair is kinky, curly, hard, and dry. Like, the texture is not popping, and so to feel that, it was kind of cool. And I was like, shit, I ain't cutting this. So I thought, so every day I comb the hair, and like, you come into the bathroom, there's hair up all over the comb, all over the floor, in the bathtub, in the sink, in the toilet. Like, my hair was shedding all over the house, on my pillows, in the living room, like all over this house there was hair. And my mom was starting to get like, it like, not grossed out, but like, she's like, this isn't any better. And like, my family members were trying to convince me that the more you see the hair coming out, like, you're gonna be upset. And to me, I was like, no, it gonna grow. Like, it ain't upsetting me. Don't worry, it means new growth coming in. Like, that was my mentality. But like, what they're saying makes sense. I think my mom was talking to one of her really close friends, and she was advising her and me to just shave it, start fresh. And I'm like, Jesus, I cannot. I do not want to look like my daddy. My dad's bald, like bololo, like baby booty. Like, his head is bald and shiny, and I was like, I can't. No. I think like previously, okay, so we talked about it, and then my family was coming that weekend. So my mom was like, bring the clipper, we cutting her hair, blah, blah, blah. She didn't tell them that we were gonna do it. She just said so that they could even out the relaxed pieces, the natural pieces. Not so that my mom was gonna make me skins. I'm gonna try and like insert some pictures or even just show you guys off my phone of what I was working with. Like, I think fast forward next week, like I was doing something new with my hair like every other week or every like week. So one week I had like braids, the next week I had a low cut like Bubbersky, and the next week Amber Rose. So yeah, one day we were just laying down, my mom was like, let's go cut your hair, and I'm like, I was not having it. We brought a chair into the bathroom. She got the clipper. I was like, I'm not looking. Like, if I look, I'm gonna just faint. So I turned around, and my mom got to buzzing like, man, I don't know how boys do it, cause I was not loving the feeling. Like, she'd bring the clipper, and I'd be like, no, my neck was like this the whole time. I just didn't like the feeling of the razor. And at this point, I wasn't sad, I didn't cry, but like, I didn't really care at this point. I was like, okay. And then I turned around, and Lord of mercy, Jesus. I was like, I didn't faint, I didn't be shocked or anything. Like, I was just like, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of like the story of my hair loss. I spoke to another lady who is Nigerian too. Her little daughter is undergoing a transplant, and she said that her daughter her hair didn't get tangled and stuff like that, and she thinks it's because my hair was relaxed, so the hair was like fine, but I had a lot of like hair follicles, right? So my hair was still thick, but because her daughter was natural, she didn't have that whole tangling process. But her daughter lost all the hair on the side of her head. Like, her daughter had like the freaking mohawk going on. It's been like 4 or 5 months for them, and it's growing well, so that's giving me hope. And my hair grows pretty fast, so. But now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Okay, are y'all niggas ready? This is dramatic AF. Like, I can't even. Okay, I got like bare elastic bands. Ready? Ta-da! I don't know how I'm looking. Alright, so here is me at all my bald headedness. I mean, I'm not skins like my father, like ain't no baby booty up in here, but at the same time it's actually grown like quite a bit. Like, this isn't fresh. Yeah, I think the lighting has changed a little bit because I had to like stop filming and my camera was like overheating. So if the lighting's a little different, please forgive me. My hair isn't exactly like fresh. Like, this isn't what it looked like. Cause I got it, I checked, and I actually cut it down like almost going like a week and a half ago. So this is about a week and a half of growth. I'll try and insert some pictures here and there, like I said before, to show you guys like the journey and stuff like that. Yeah, so this is like what I'm at right now, and I know it looks pretty uneven and whatnot, but it's just because when I cut it, like my edges were gone, and like everything, like I was bald here, even in the back. Like, I realized there's some places that are really like sparse, and so it's just because when I cut it, we didn't want to use just the clipper's blade. We wanted to make sure there was a comb to prevent me from getting more rashes, because let me tell you, one of the side effects that I experienced from this transplant was like disgusting rashes. And I experienced a lot of things, and it's like, I know it's just hair, and I'm realizing that it's just hair and it's just hair now. If there's one thing this transplant has like taught me, is that it's taught me so many things. I definitely learned how to really love myself and like really look at myself and like just take myself for who I am. This transplant, like just seeing myself with no hair, no makeup, like eyebrows not did. I had to learn like this is what I look like and I look beautiful. Like I really had to accept myself for who I am. So like now, like my confidence, like before I used to get comments like, oh, you're so confident, you're so strong. Like now my confidence is through the roof. It's sky high. Don't anybody come and tell me that I'm ugly or I'm this or I'm that, because I'm gonna be like, who are you talking to? Definitely not me. Who's ugly? Definitely not me. I've just learned so many things. This whole being bald and stuff, like I don't really think I look that bad, to be honest. You guys, even if you tell me I look bad, I ain't gonna listen because I know I look good. I look bad, if you know what I'm saying. I really underestimated how hard it would actually be to come out and be this open with the world, basically. And it's not, and like, it's not a thing of shame or being like scared. I don't want to say it was like another stress or anything, but I did feel some ways, like there would be days where I just didn't feel like I wanted to express to a camera how I really felt. Like there were days where I almost wanted to say, why did I do this? Why did I agree to this? Why couldn't I just turn it back in November when I was excited to start university? Why didn't I just say, no, I don't want to do this, I have my own life to live, yada da da da. When I'm scrolling on Snapchat and I see everybody living their life and I'm trapped in this apartment, I felt so upset and so depressed when there were people that I thought would be here for me that aren't anymore. When the people I expected to be right by my side, when those people let me down and didn't check on me, I was like deeply upset and deeply hurt, and I would cry. If it wasn't for God, I would not be sitting here in front of this camera right now. If it wasn't for God, like my mental state wouldn't even be strong enough to come up in front of this camera and talk to you guys about everything, because you know, God is just so good and he's been so faithful. And I really learned that, like, you know, you should never give up on God. This whole transplant, it took away all the physical things that I valued way more than I valued God. And God was like, no, like, you need to know that I come first and I will be there for you, and I come above all these things that you love so much, like your friends, like your hair, like your good skin, like your nice teeth, because all these things suffered, let me tell you. I really feel like this transplant was another way, like not only was it God healing me from something I have been suffering all my life, from God granting a wish that I never ever thought, a wish that I didn't even wish for because I thought it was not possible. It wasn't that. It was a way of God bringing me in closer to him, like God reaching out and like pulling me in and saying, I am your father, like I'm here for you. And don't be afraid to cry to me. Don't be afraid to talk to me. So, yeah. I'm gonna put my wig back on, y'all. But it was nice chatting with you guys. Ooh, you know what's a plus about being bald? The fact that your wig will lay so flat. Your closure will look so real because, hey, there ain't no hair underneath. Let me tell you. Yeah, but anyway.